Alright, this one here is to make a free roam scenario. Or not, not really a scenario, but you have to set up free roam in order to be able to use a train. And I looked on YouTube, and the videos for the tutorial on even how to do anything remotely with the editor are very, let's put it this way, cryptic and vague. So I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the drive, or I should say the drive scenario for the cut bank one with the multiple super diesel 40s, if I remember, SD40 45s. I have to go back and watch the video. It's a YouTube video but from back in the day. Somebody recorded the trains going through Cut Bank, Montana back in 1993, which I thought that was pretty cool because that's when I moved to Phoenix. But now, just get to the point. I'm going to show you how to do a free roam scenario. And like I said, I love you know how these things are set up, and I just thought other people would like to know how to do it. For instance, this is how you route edit. I generally don't touch the routes yet, but I have done that before. I always make a copy of stuff before editing. I wanted to do the stretch in Phoenix for Morristown, so that's why you see the one for Morristown in there, because I had the footage of it. The lay of the land is just a pain in the butt to set it up. But you want to come over to scenario, and then of course if you want to make an academy free scenario, I normally just come down and click on the one you want to make a scenario for. So for instance, we're going to click Marias Pass, which I love. Very happy to have Marias Pass for Train Simulator 2021 and all the Burlington Northern equipment. And you can see I've already got some set up. This is how I was doing those feeds for Montana rail fanning. So basically what you want to do is once you click in and you see it says Marias Pass free roam, you can click new scenario at that point in time. But this is where you set it up, and we're just doing a free roam just so you can see if it will. Did it not click? Sometimes it takes it a minute. Free roam scenario, so we're just gonna say dynamic braking, and it will be done in Cut Bank, and hit create. Boom, you got the first part in. Be careful when you're in the editor, things get real tricky and scurry inside this. So this is basically a free roam. If you're wondering how to basically set down a train and just doing a simple route with it and move it around, play with the switches and all that kind of stuff. So I'm showing you in 2021. Hopefully it'll be nice to me today. You'll hear my commentary the entire time. Sorry, it seems like my nose is plugged, but no, the air has not been friendly here in Phoenix, let's put it that way. You can control everything, the entire outrospect. So when you see this little logo when you first come in, that's when you generally launch in. This is where it's going to come from in the camera view. So I'm going to basically go over here, because we're in the world editor. It's a pain in the butt one. You can hit shift to get a little fast in here. And I don't know how it's going to record with OBS. OBS has been recording some weird stuff on it lately. So that's all I can say. It's been acting very strange. So this is basically where we want to put the super diesels, and you'll get a driver. In other words, as long as you have a train in, you got a driver on that train, you're good to go. And you can see I have nothing, no stock at all rolling in this one here. So we're just basically going to come in, click on the little train dude right here on the left hand side, single train, because we're just going to plop a train down. And we're looking for the super diesels. So in order to get those put in, or I should say the super diesel 40, 45 packs, you click on the object button, set filter, and say, hey, can we get some more trains? Mine, I think, are under RSC, and we're going to be dealing with the 40 packs, if I remember right. Yeah. These ones right here. That's the import to them. Normally bring the Jeeps into the GP38s. And make sure we've got everything there, yeah. And then basically just pick your locomotive, Burlington Northern. And they did a good job, I'll tell you that. The ND means no driver. So in other words, you can't drive it. To get out of the edit, like what you just saw there, you just right click, because you just got, hey, I got the train placed, let me switch it around. I'm going to put another one in front of it. The white face one. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a Super Diesel 40. Well, yeah, that's a 40. No, it looks like a 45, but my brain's just mush. So, once you got your little consist here set up, or I should say, just like mini consist. I mean, for instance, we're going to be putting in rolling stock of, say, boxcar. We'll just show them all off for you. And you can see just adding stuff just to the consist. A gondola. Generally you see tons of hoppers. I mean, that is definitely a common sight. Center beams. The one that I'm going to reenact will have different loadouts, but this is just for simple illustration purpose. Now you're like, well, how do you drive it? You got to have a driver. So you click on right up here, it says the dude right here, it says driver. Once you get the driver, and you just click on the locomotive you're going to want to be driving. So if I want to go that way, click on this locomotive. If I want to go that way, I want to go, this locomotive. Driver's in. So once you got your driver on, you're in a free roam scenario, you are good to go at that point in time. You can mess around with the map, you can, do all kinds of fun stuff. I might do some more tutorials for as far as that, but I'm just giving you the simple one just for getting your basic stock rolling in 2021. Doesn't matter, 2017, they all use the same editor. This editor really hasn't changed much, and all the, Railworks. I've been around train sim a long time. And to basically set it up, I normally give the driver a name, like Service 1 or Andy. We'll just say Andy, whatever. And you can set it all up, you've got the full configuration right here. Disabled, filled, passenger. We're just going to say low speed freight, because that's what it would be. And then at that point in time, this is ready for driving in a sense. So I'm going to jump into it and run the scenario. In other words, that's basically how you run through it. There's a lot of gizmos, gadgets, and stuff in here, but that's just for the basic, hey, let me get, because this basically works for free roam scenarios, or I should say scenarios, career scenario, standard scenario. The scenario stuff works is pretty much the same way. You just basically have to give it advanced commands and stuff of that nature. You can, like I said, set a whole ton of things up in this, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically how you get it going. Let me go ahead and hit go. Say yes. And when you click on the locomotive at that point in time, you're good. So bring up your bar for control. You know what I'm saying? You get your main consist. Let's turn on our light. Yeah, because the white faced ones are the nice ones. We had orange white faced ones and white faced ones in Montana. And I know this one pretty good. So at this point in time, you can hit 9. You can change anything on the map if you want to change switches and stuff of that nature. You can see I can come over here and change that switch there. At this point, in other words, the map is ready for free roam. You can fart around. That's how I got started in Cutbank doing this on Whitefish. Doing the, free roam scenarios. So, just kind of getting an idea to get rolling stock going and stuff of that nature. And just in case you didn't know this, you can just hit the escape button, go back to World Editor, and you're like, well, hey, I want to change out, and I want to add a caboose right now. So you click on the little rail dude. See how that rail car right here, it says scenario tools? When you do that, boom, it goes back in, and you can go back into the editor, because this is good to know. It took me a few times to get this one down, you know what I'm saying? And you just go right back. See how I started off at that one spawn point? I love the shift key in case you didn't know you can do that. I don't want to make anybody barf going super fast. And then you click on your rolling stock, and you're like, hey, let me put a caboose on here, Let's see, do I have one here? Thought I did, hang on. Where are the cabooses? Under rail stock? Hang on. Alright, now at this point, it's pretty straightforward, because once I got the caboose added in, it was under Kuju. RailSim US. That's basically where a lot of the stock lies. So I got it added in, and just added it in, and so you could see, there's a mini consist in a sense. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, their graphics doesn't do too much justice to it. As far as let's see. Do they let you play in the caboose? Yes. Okay, good. So this is the other one that lets you play in the caboose. The other one I think that I had was better. I got the one off of some extra mod site. But the nice part is you can actually, get in the caboose and do your thing. We'll just drive through right here. Just to show you the simulation. Works just fine. And we're driving the train right now, and you can control multiple trains, but I found that just doing one is it's better. You can get two in here, you're going same time, but the other one likes to be automated. And then when you watch that video of the dynamics coming down the route, when you see them coming through here on that video, those engines are working their butt off. If I remember right, they were one track over when they were they were cutting through. They weren't on the passenger line. I'm just doing this for illustration purposes. For in fact, we'll stop right in front of the cut bank depot. This thing's got a slope, 0.8% grade. Morristown didn't have really much. Like I said, this thing can coast through, and I'm not going to terrorize anybody with a horn or any noise of that nature. But no, this is how you get your rolling stock going. I'm into all switches and stuff. If I want to stop, I hit the switch and reverse and go back in, I can. Free roam is awesome, so that's why I believe that people should know how to do that in free roam. Like, hey, how do you get the stuff working in there? It's pretty straightforward. Like once you get to use the editor and stuff, like I said, you can go in and out of the editor. Just be careful; it gets buggy. Just FYI, it may crash because there's sometimes you might deal with a unknown model or whatever when you're placing things in it. You know what I'm saying? This is where the dynamics would come in right here. Sitting right in front of cut bank, and I figure why not? You know what I'm saying? That's what I got the morass pass for. And no, like I said, I'm a big train sim person. Have been for a very long time. So there's your free roam scenario with a locomotive added in. There's always more advanced stuff, but like I said, we were in Train Sim 2021. I didn't see any videos on this. I figured, hey, why not post one up? So in case you have any questions or stuff like that, you can comment, whatever. I do filter everything heavily when it comes to comment-wise, just because of the position of doing stuff like this makes your life. So like I said, go watch the Red Green Show. Other than that, that'll give you the basic, entry for getting a train or locomotive in stock into Train Simulator 2021. Or if I know a lot of this background stuff of how to copy stuff in, but I believe that this is more on the advanced scale, because once you start wanting to build stuff, this is like one of the very first steps, and a lot of people have always had questions like saying, hey, just let me check out the train, let me get it into a free roam scenario, put around in it, do I like it, do I not, can I do whatever I want? Yes, you know what I'm saying? So anywho, like I said, hopefully that'll help people out with Train Sim. Peace out.